pesticides show characteristic biological, toxicological and pharmacological activities, and some of the important phytochemicals that are found in higher plants are 21,000 alkaloids, 200 cyanogenic glycosides, 700 non-protein amino acids, 20,000 terpenoids, 1,500 polystyrenes and fatty acid, and 10,000 polyphenols. So this is data that plants contain phytochemicals. Ladies and gentlemen, as we all know that agriculture is the backbone of any country, and almost 80% of the people largely depend agriculture for their survival. And usually about, according to a survey by WHO, 15% crop are yearly damaged by pest species. So to control these pest species, we introduce pesticides. So here is a definition of pesticide. That what are pesticide? That these are synthetically or naturally made chemical substances which are used to demolish, suppress or alter the lifespan of any pest. And major class of pesticides are insecticides, nematicides, herbicides, rodents, repellents, fungicides, etc. And here I discuss some of the nature of pesticide. That we have basically two types of pesticides: synthetic pesticide and botanical pesticides. Synthetic pesticides are basically chemical in origin, and these are widely used for crop protection and widely used in agriculture. Around 50 years back, synthetic pesticides are widely used for crop protection, but people soon realized their worst impact on human health and environment. Here I mentioned some of the ecological problems caused by synthetic pesticides. That these pesticides are chemical residue on food, non-degradable, affecting non-targeted organisms, causing mammalian toxicity and diseases human like skin problems, abortion in pregnant women, and hormonal disbalance. So these are some of the negative effects of synthetic pesticide in agriculture. According to a survey, every year about 3 billion people are affected by toxic nature of synthetic pesticides, and 20,000 people lost their lives worldwide due to the direct exposure of synthetic pesticides. So what are the alternatives that can replace these synthetic pesticides and provide a safe measure? So if we have introduced botanical pesticides basically plant-based pesticides, and the common feature of these pesticides that these are the best alternative to synthetic pesticides, and these provide eco-friendly environment. That these have least mammalian toxicity, safe and biodegradable, and no harmful effects on non-targeted organisms, and cost effective. So the first plant documented as pesticide is Nicotina tabacum, commonly known as tobacco plant, and this plant contains a phytochemical, or we can say a secondary metabolite, that is nicotine, which is considered to be a pesticide tool. So for my study, I also take a plant that is used as a botanical pesticide. So here is a short introduction of this plant. That the plant is Tennessida falcatri, and this plant is from family of Astraceae, genus Tennessetum, and worldwide 160 species of this plant are found. Some of the medicinal importance of this plant is used to cure stomach disorder, asthma, respiratory disorder, inhibit ringworms, purify blood, control blood pressure, and treat jaundice. So these are some of the medicinal importance of this plant. And here are some of the phytochemicals and pesticidal property of genus Tennessetum that we already discussed. That higher plants contain a number of phytochemicals. So the genus Tennessetum also contain a number of phytochemicals.
7 minutes हो गए, आप 3 मिनट आप फाइंडिंग्स और कंक्लूजन बनाएं।
Aims and objective of this study is to So the nematicide activity of this plant Penicilla falconii, this shows a moderate activity of 68% the fraction, that is ethyl acetate fraction of this plant, and the remaining fraction also shows moderate activity. And the isolated compound 1 is an extraordinary nematicidal activity, that this compound compete with the standard drug furidine, that at the concentration of 1%, this compound show 100% nematicidal activity. Insecticidal activity, the whole plant extract these shows unsatisfactory activities, and the compound we have isolated is also subjected for insecticidal activity, and this compound also shows extraordinary insecticidal activities, that at concentration of 1%, this compound show 100% insecticidal activity. Phytotoxic activity, the whole plant fraction shows 100% phytotoxic activity at concentration of 1000 milliliter. Antibacterial activities are also all extracts show a low inhibitory activity against the tested bacteria. And cytotoxicity, also the extract of T. falconii, different fraction of this plant also show LC50 values of 22.4 and 25.8 milligram per ml against the 3D normal cells lines. So this is the chemical composition of T. falconii that we have isolated a pure